7 ways to get everything you want in life. Welcome back to EcoEnglish. Take a moment and ask yourself one simple question. What do you truly want from life? Not what your friends expect from you, not what society tells you to chase, not what looks impressive on social media, but deep in your heart, what kind of life do you really want? Perhaps you dream of financial freedom, perhaps you want to speak English confidently, build a successful career, start a business, travel the world, or simply live a peaceful and meaningful life. Whatever your dream may be, here is something important to understand. Everything you want is possible, but not everything is automatic. Many people believe successful people are simply luckier than everyone else. They think wealth, confidence, and success are gifts given to a fortunate few. But when you look closely at the lives of extraordinary people, you will discover a completely different story. Behind every successful person is a collection of small decisions made consistently over many years. They didn't wake up one morning and suddenly become successful. They became successful because they thought differently, acted differently, and refused to quit when life became difficult. The world celebrates the result, but it rarely notices the process. We admire the beautiful building, but we never see the thousands of bricks that were carefully laid one by one. We applaud the champion lifting a trophy, but we don't see the years of practice, sacrifice, failure, and discipline that happened long before the victory. Success is never created overnight, it is created every day. The truth is, your future isn't being built tomorrow, it is being built today. Every habit you repeat, every decision you make, every book you read, every excuse you refuse, and every challenge you choose to face is quietly shaping the person you will become. Life doesn't ask where you started, it asks who you are becoming, and that is good news because it means your past doesn't have to define your future. No matter where you were born, how much money you have, or how many times you have failed, you still have the power to change the direction of your life. The question is not whether you have dreams. Almost everyone has dreams. The real question is whether you are willing to become the person who deserves those dreams. Because dreams alone change nothing, action changes everything. In this video, we are going to explore 7 timeless principles that have helped countless people transform their lives. These are not shortcuts or magic formulas. They are habits, mindsets, and ways of thinking that help ordinary people achieve extraordinary results. If you understand these principles and more importantly practice them consistently, you will begin to notice something incredible. You won't just get closer to your goals, you will become stronger, wiser, more disciplined, and more confident along the way. Remember this powerful truth. Success is not something you chase, it is something you attract by becoming the kind of person who is ready for it. So, open your mind, forget the excuses that have been holding you back. Leave your doubts behind for the next few minutes because the 7 lessons you are about to learn have the power to change not only what you achieve but who you become. Let's begin with the first and perhaps the most important principle. Get crystal clear about what you truly want. Way 1. Get crystal clear about what you want. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to move through life with confidence while others spend years feeling lost? The difference is often not intelligence, talent, or luck, it is clarity. Imagine boarding a ship without telling the captain where you want to go. The ship will sail, but it won't reach the destination you dreamed of. It will simply drift wherever the wind takes it. Many people live exactly the same way. They work hard every day, stay busy from morning to night, and yet feel no closer to the life they truly want. They confuse movement with progress. The truth is simple. You cannot achieve a goal that you have never clearly defined. Many people say, I want to be successful, but success means something different to everyone. For one person, it is financial freedom. For another, it is good health, a loving family, inner peace, or the ability to help others. If you never decide what success means to you, you may spend your entire life chasing someone else's dream instead of your own one. Clarity gives your life direction. It acts like a compass, helping you make better decisions every day. When your goal is clear, distractions become easier to ignore because you know exactly what deserves your time and energy. Every small action begins to move you towards something meaningful. Think of an archer aiming at a target. Even the strongest archer cannot hit a target that doesn't exist. In the same way, hard work without direction often leads to frustration. But when your target is clear, every effort has a purpose. So, take some time to ask yourself a few honest questions. What kind of person do you want to become? What kind of life do you want to build? What impact do you want to leave on the people around you? Don't settle for vague answers. Be specific. Write your goals down, read them often, and remind yourself why they matter. A written goal has far more power than a forgotten dream. Remember, your future is not created by chance, it is created by the choices you make every single day. Those choices become much easier when you know exactly where you are going. Always keep this truth in your heart. A clear vision creates focused action, and focused action creates extraordinary results. Before you ask life to give you everything you want, first decide what everything truly means to you, because the moment your vision becomes clear, your journey truly begins. Way 2. Become the person who deserves success. Have you ever noticed that many people spend their lives chasing success, yet only a few are able to keep it? Some people earn money but lose it. Some gain fame but lose their peace. Others achieve success for a short time only to watch it disappear. Why does this happen? The answer is simple but powerful. Life does not just give you what you want, it gives you what you are prepared to handle. Imagine giving the keys of a powerful sports car to someone who has never learned how to drive. The car isn't the problem, the driver is. Without the necessary skills, confidence, and responsibility, that person will eventually lose control. Success works the same way. Many people dream of becoming rich, but they never learn how to manage money. They want leadership, but they avoid responsibility. They wish for opportunities, but they refuse to improve themselves. They focus on the rewards while ignoring the person they must become to deserve that reward. This is why personal growth always comes before lasting success. Think about a tree. People admire its beautiful fruits, but the fruit is only a reflection of what is happening beneath the ground. If the roots are weak, the tree cannot survive storms. But if the roots grow deep and strong, the tree continues to produce fruit year after year. Your character is like those roots. Discipline, honesty, patience, humility, and integrity are invisible qualities. Most people don't notice them immediately, but these qualities quietly support everything else in your life. Without them, success becomes difficult to maintain. So instead of asking yourself, how can I become successful? Ask a better question. Who do I need to become? Do you need to become more disciplined, more patient, a better listener, more responsible with your time, more committed to your goals? Every answer to these questions brings you one step closer to the life you want. Remember, confidence isn't something you are born with, it grows every time you keep a promise to yourself. When you wake up early as planned, finish the work you started, or choose discipline over comfort, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted. And with every small victory, your identity begins to change. Slowly, you stop seeing yourself as someone who only dreams, you become someone who takes action. The beautiful truth is, success is not a destination, it is a reflection of who you are becoming. As you grow in wisdom, your decisions improve. As your decisions improve, your life improves. The outside world begins to mirror the changes taking place inside you. One day, people may look at your achievements and think you were lucky. They won't see the quiet mornings when you chose growth over sleep, the difficult conversations that built your character, or the sacrifices you made when no one was watching. But you will know, because lasting success is never built by chasing rewards, it is built by becoming the kind of person who can create those rewards again and again. Always remember this powerful truth. Don't spend your life chasing success, spend your life becoming the person that success naturally follows. When your character becomes stronger than your excuses, your future becomes stronger than your fears. Way 3. Master the power of consistency. Have you ever planted a seed? The day you place it into the soil, nothing seems to happen. A week passes and the ground looks exactly the same. Even after several weeks, there is still no sign of life. If you judged the sea but what you could see, you might believe it wasn't growing at all, but beneath the surface, something remarkable is happening. Tiny roots are spreading deeper into the earth, building a foundation strong enough to support the tree that will one day rise above the ground. Success works in exactly the same way. The greatest mistake people make is expecting immediate results. They start exercising and expect a stronger body in a week. They begin learning English and expect fluency in a month. They start a business and expect success after a few attempts. When quick results don't appear, they lose hope and give up. But life doesn't reward occasional effort, it rewards consistent effort. Think about a river flowing through a mountain. The river is soft, yet the rock is hard. If you looked at them for a single day, the rock would seem far stronger. But over many years, the river slowly carves a path through the mountain, not because it is more powerful, but because it never stops flowing. That is the secret of consistency. Small actions may seem insignificant today, but when they are repeated every day, they create extraordinary results. Reading 10 pages a day may not seem life changing, but after 1 year, you will have read thousands of pages and gained knowledge that can completely transform your thinking. Practicing one new English lesson every day may feel slow, but after a year, you will look back and realize you have become someone who can speak with confidence. The power isn't in doing something once, the power is in refusing to stop. Unfortunately, many people depend on motivation. They work hard only when they feel excited. But motivation is like the weather, it changes constantly. Some days you will feel inspired, and other days you will feel tired, discouraged, and distracted. If your success depends on your emotions, your progress will always be uncertain. Discipline is different. Discipline keeps moving even when motivation disappears. It reminds you of your commitment instead of your feelings. It tells you to continue when quitting seems easier. The truth is, your future is created by what you repeatedly do, not by what you occasionally do. Every small choice matters. Every workout, every chapter you read, every hour you practice, every promise you keep to yourself. These moments may seem ordinary, but together they shape an extraordinary life. One day, people will admire your success and ask, how did you do it? They may think you discovered a secret, but you will know there was no secret at all. There were only small decisions repeated with patience and faith long before anyone noticed the results. Always remember this powerful truth. Success is not built in one extraordinary moment, it is built in thousands of ordinary moments when you choose discipline over excuses, progress over comfort, and consistency over perfection. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the most talented. You simply have to keep showing up day after day, step after step. because in the end, it is not the fastest person who wins, it is the one who never stops moving forward. Wherefore, never stop learning. Imagine carrying a cup filled to the very top with water. If someone tries to pour more into it, nothing new can enter because the cup is already full. In many ways, the human mind works the same way. The moment you believe you already know enough, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, life begins to move ahead without you. The most successful people in the world have one habit in common: they never stop learning. No matter how much they achieve, they remain students. They understand that knowledge is one of the few treasures that grows every time you use it. Unlike money, it cannot be stolen. Unlike fame, it does not fade. And unlike physical strength, it becomes even more valuable with age. Think about two people who start at the same point in life. They have similar education, similar opportunities, and similar dreams. One person decides that school was enough and stops learning. The other reads books, listens to podcasts, learns new skills, asks questions, and studies people who have already achieved success. 5 years later, their lives look completely different. The difference isn't talent, it is knowledge. Every new idea changes the way you think, and the way you think shapes the decisions you make. Better decisions create a better future. Learning is not just about reading books, it is about becoming curious. Learn from your success, but learn even more from your failures. Every mistake carries a lesson, and every setback teaches something that success never could. Wise people don't ask, "Why did this happen to me?" They ask, "What is this experience trying to teach me?" That simple question can transform disappointment into wisdom. Imagine walking through a dark forest at night with a small flashlight. The light may only show a few steps ahead, but those few steps are enough to keep moving forward. Knowledge works in the same way. You don't need to know everything before you begin. You only need to learn enough to take the next step. As you continue learning, your path becomes clearer. Never let your ego become bigger than your curiosity. Some people stop growing because they are afraid to admit they don't know something. But asking questions is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of wisdom. Every expert was once a beginner who wasn't afraid to learn. Make learning part of your daily life. Read a few pages every day. Listen to people with experience. Learn a new skill. Improve your communication. Expand your vocabulary. Invest in your mind before you invest in anything else. Over time, these small lessons become a powerful advantage. While others remain the same, you continue to evolve. Always remember this powerful truth. Your income may depend on what you do, but your future depends on what you know. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more value you bring to the world. And when you become more valuable, opportunities begin to find you. Never stop being a student because life never stops being a teacher. Way 5. Don't let fear control your decisions. Imagine standing in front of a door that leads to the life you have always dreamed of. On the other side are your goals, your success, your confidence, and the future you have always imagined. But between you and that door stands an invisible guard. That guard is fear. Fear doesn't lock the door, it simply convinces you not to open it. It whispers you are not ready. What if you fail? What will people think? Someone else can do it better than you. If you listen to those whispers long enough, they begin to sound like the truth. Before you know it, you have talked yourself out of opportunities. You never even gave yourself the chance to try. The greatest tragedy is not failure, the greatest tragedy is allowing fear to make your decisions. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again. Yet no one expects the child to quit after the first fall. The child simply gets back up, takes another step, and eventually learns to walk with confidence. Somewhere along the way, adults forget this lesson. They become so afraid of making mistakes that we stop trying new things altogether. We wait until we feel completely confident before taking action. But confidence doesn't come before action, confidence comes because of action. Every successful person you admire has faced fear. Entrepreneurs feared losing money, athletes feared losing competitions, speakers feared standing in front of a crowd, writers feared criticism, yet they all discovered the same truth. Fear becomes smaller every time you face it. Imagine climbing a mountain. From the bottom, the peak looks impossible to reach, but once you take the first step, the mountain becomes a little less intimidating. Then another step and another. Eventually, you reach a height you once believed was impossible. Your fears are no different. Most of them look much bigger from a distance than they do when you finally face them. Remember, fear often disguises itself as logic. It tells you to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect level of confidence, but perfection never arrives. If you keep waiting until you are completely ready, you may spend your entire life waiting. Growth begins the moment you step outside your comfort zone. Every challenge you accept expands your confidence. Every obstacle you overcome reminds you that you are stronger than you thought. And every brave decision becomes proof that fear does not control your future. So, don't ask yourself, what if I fail? Ask yourself, what if I never try? Years from now, the pain of failure will fade. You will learn from it, become wiser, and move forward. But the regret of never trying can stay with you for a lifetime. Always remember this powerful truth. Fear is not a sign to stop, it is often a sign that you are standing at the edge of something that can change your life. Don't let fear decide your future. Let your purpose be louder than your doubts, your dreams bigger than your excuses, and your courage stronger than your fear. Because the life you have been dreaming about is waiting on the other side of the door that fear has been trying to keep closed. Open it and step forward. Way 6. Build relationships that build you. There is an old saying, show me your friends and I will show you your future. At first, these words may sound like a simple proverb, but they contain one of the most powerful truths about success. No one becomes great alone. Every successful person has been influenced by teachers, mentors, friends, family members, or colleagues who encouraged them, challenged them, and helped them grow. Behind every strong person is a network of relationships that shaped their thinking and strengthened their character. Think of a single piece of charcoal. If you place it beside burning coals, it stays hot and continues to glow. But if you remove it and leave it alone, it slowly grows cold. The charcoal didn't lose its ability to burn, it simply lost the environment that kept it alive. People are the same. The people you spend the most time with quietly influence your thoughts, habits, and beliefs. If you are surrounded by people who constantly complain, avoid responsibility, and settle for less, it is easy to begin thinking the same way. But when you spend time with people who are disciplined, positive, and committed to growth, their mindset begins to shape yours. Without even realizing it, you start aiming higher. This does not mean you should judge people by their wealth or status. Instead, pay attention to their values. Do they encourage you to become better? Do they celebrate your progress instead of feeling threatened by it? Do they tell you the truth even when it is difficult to hear? Those are the relationships worth protecting. But remember, building great relationships is not just about finding the right people, it is also about becoming the right person. Ask yourself, if someone wanted a loyal, honest, and supportive friend, would I be that person? The strongest relationships are built on trust, kindness, and respect. Listen more than you speak. Keep your promises. Encourage others when they are struggling. Celebrate their victories without jealousy. The value you bring to other people's lives often returns to you in unexpected ways. There will also be times when you must let go of relationships that constantly drain your energy or pull you away from your purpose. This doesn't mean you stop caring about people, it simply means you understand that your future deserves an environment where you can grow. Just as a healthy plant cannot thrive in poisoned soil, your dreams cannot flourish in a negative environment. Choose relationships that inspire you to think bigger, work harder, and become wiser. Seek mentors who have walked the path before you. Learn from people whose lives reflect the values you admire. At the same time, strive to become someone who inspires others through your actions, not just your words. Always remember this powerful truth. Your life is shaped not only by the decisions you make, but also by the people you choose to walk beside. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, encourage you to persevere, and remind you of your potential when you begin to doubt yourself. Because when the right people walk with you, the journey becomes lighter, the obstacles become smaller, and the impossible becomes to feel possible. Way 7. Never give up too soon. Have you ever noticed that the darkest part of the night comes just before sunrise? Nature reminds us that the greatest light often appears after the longest period of darkness. Life follows the same pattern. Many people believe that successful people never fail, but the truth is exactly the opposite. Successful people fail just as often as everyone else. The difference is that they refuse to let failure become the final chapter of their story. Imagine a miner searching for gold. Every day he digs through hard rock, finding nothing but dust and stones. After weeks of exhausting work, he becomes discouraged and walks away, believing there is nothing left to find. A few days later, another miner arrives, digs only a little deeper, and discovers a rich vein of gold. The first miner didn't fail because the gold wasn't there. He failed because he stopped too soon. Life is full of moments like this. Many people quit when success is closer than they realize. They stop studying just before they master the skill. They leave the job just before the promotion. They abandon the business just before it begins to grow. They give up on their dreams because they mistake slow progress for no progress. But real growth is often invisible. Think about a bamboo tree. After its seed is planted, almost nothing can be seen above the ground for several years. Anyone watching might think the seed has failed, but beneath the surface, the roots are growing stronger and deeper every day. Then, when the foundation is ready, the bamboo suddenly grows several feet in a very short time. People admire the rapid growth, but they forget the years of unseen preparation. Your life is no different. Every challenge you overcome is strengthening your character. Every mistake is teaching you wisdom. Every setback is preparing you for responsibilities that you cannot yet see. Just because your progress is invisible doesn't mean it isn't happening. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you question yourself, days when nothing seems to be working. On those days, remember why you started. Remember the person you promised yourself you would become. Success is not reserved for the smartest or the most talented. More often, it belongs to the person who simply refuses to quit. Persistence is powerful because every step forward, no matter how small, keeps you moving closer to your goal. One page read today, 1 hour of practice tomorrow, one more attempt after a failure. These small actions may seem insignificant, but together they create extraordinary results. One day, people will see your success and call you lucky. They won't see the disappointments, the sacrifices, and the lonely moments, or the countless times you chose to continue when giving up would have been easier. But you will know you will know that your greatest victory wasn't earning success, it was becoming the kind of person who refused to surrender. Always remember this powerful truth. Every great achievement belongs to someone who decided that one more attempt was worth making. So keep moving when progress is slow, keep believing when others doubt you, keep learning when you make mistakes, and above all, never let one difficult season convince you to abandon a dream that could change your entire life, because sometimes the only thing standing between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one is the decision to take one more step. As we come to the end of this journey, take a moment to reflect on everything you have learned today. These 7 principles are not just ideas to remember, they are habits to practice, decisions to make, and a way of living that can completely transform your future. If you truly want everything you desire in life, first be clear about what you want, then become the person who deserves it. Stay consistent even when no one is watching. Never stop learning because every lesson makes you stronger. Face your fears instead of running from them. Surround yourself with people who help you grow. And finally, never give up because your greatest breakthrough may be only one more step away. Notice something remarkable about these 7 ways. None of them require you to be born rich. None of them depend on luck. None of them ask you to be the smartest person in the room. They only ask you to become a little better than you were yesterday. That is how extraordinary lives are built. One decision, one habit, one lesson, one day at a time. Remember, success is not a destination you suddenly arrive at one morning. It is a journey of becoming. Every challenge you face shapes your character. Every failure teaches you wisdom. Every disciplined choice builds the future that your present self cannot yet see. There will be days when you feel discouraged. There will be moments when you question yourself. You may wonder if all your effort is worth it. On those days, don't look at how far you still have to go. Look at how far you have already come. Every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are moving in the right direction. Your future is being written by the choices you make today, not tomorrow, not next month, today. So, don't wait for the perfect time because the perfect time rarely comes. Don't wait until you feel completely confident because confidence is built through action. Don't wait for someone else to believe in you. Believe in yourself. Take the first step and then take another. Years from now, when people admire your success, they may call you talented or lucky, but you will know the truth. You will remember the mornings when you chose discipline over comfort, the evenings when you kept learning instead of giving up, and the difficult moments when you decided that your dreams were bigger than your excuses. That is where real success is born. Thank you for spending your time with Echo English. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs these words today. Together, let's continue improving our English, our mindset, and our lives one lesson at a time. And before you leave, I want to ask you one final question. Imagine that your future self 10 years from now could meet you today for just 1 minute. Would they thank you for the choices you are making today? Or would they ask, why did you wait so long to begin? Think about it because your answer begins today.